So, a couple things first. Hi, my name is Oishi, and this is a video. For some reason, I don't know why this is happening, but it's happening. It's a video. Okay, so at school, I am in a mandatory careers class, and one of our assignments is to make a resume. And we have one of two options, though. So one, we can make a resume that's actual and proper and nice and could be sent to businesses later that could maybe get us a job. Or number two, we could make a creative resume, which we would spend way too much time and effort on, and it would probably not do us any good outside of school. So I chose to do number two. So this creative resume thing, it's basically your resume, but creative. I want it to relate to things that I am interested in, and one of those things is books and reading, clearly seeing as I'm sitting in front of a shelf like every booktuber ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my books that I maybe don't want anymore, or just that I didn't like, or just want to get rid of, and I'm going to completely and utterly destroy it for the purposes of this video. So everything down here on this shelf is what I just mentioned. So books that I want to get rid of, didn't like, or just that I don't really want on my shelf anymore. All except like this section. This section I actually love, but I just needed a place to put them. But the rest of them, like all of this, I could do without. So let's go through them, because the first step to the project I have in mind is picking a book that I wish to destroy. Mr. Death's Blue-Eyed Girls. I got this, I don't even know how long ago, but I got it for $1.50 at Dollarama, so it's not like I'm going to be wasting a lot of money. And I was recently going through this shelf because I really wanted to see what I was willing to give away, and I picked this up and I actually read the summary and I decided that I was actually intrigued, so I'm probably not going to pick this to ruin just yet. This is where the first real contenders come in, with Bewitching and Towering. Now, I got these when I first started reading YA, and I got these along with Beastly, which is like all the way up there, but you can't see it. But I got these because I read Beastly and I really liked them, and so I thought, hey, look, it's the same author and also the same concept of book. Why not just buy them all? So I did, and I read them, and I read them more than once, and I really enjoyed them, but I just don't think I would enjoy them again now, seeing as my tastes have changed quite a lot. So, yeah, also, what are these covers? They're not good. The Gospel of a Winter. I got this at a Chapters closing sale. Like, I don't know how long ago I got this. It's been a while. The reason I got this was because the cover design is absolutely gorgeous. The jacket is like this like parchment paper thin material, and then the book is just like a guy. I read it and I didn't like it. So it's just been on this shelf, my reject shelf, as I so lovingly call it, ever since I read it. It is what it is. Marley and Me. I got this at a small town in Ontario. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I got this for $4.99, so again, I wouldn't be like wasting money. And I wanted to read it. I really did, because I've heard that it's good. But it's just been so many years, and it's just always on this shelf, and I've never once read it. The Replacement. Now this, again, I got at Dollarama for $1.50. Dollarama's book section is absolute fire, guys. And again, I was actually interested in it at the time that I bought it, but now not so much. What is this about? It's about these like that steal children and then like replace them with their own children. I mean, it sounds pretty cool, but I don't know. Finally, a book that I have read. Bright Light. Again, I don't know where I got this. I think it might have been my elementary school. I think I won it for something. I read it. It's about a cyborg or something called Bright, and she has to like protect someone else, I think. Clearly, I don't remember much about it. What Came from the Stars, yet another Dollarama purchase. I think this is about aliens, but I'm not sure. And I like the cover. It's really cute, but I don't know. And finally, in this stack at least, ooh, Here Today. I actually read this one too, and again, I think I won this at my elementary school. This takes place in the 60s after the assassination of Kennedy, and it's about like family and stuff. and it was really cute when I read it and actually really good, but again, I don't remember much about it, and I don't see myself ever reading it again. Shades of Earth. This is the third book to the Across the Universe series by Beth Brevis, and when I read it, I really, really enjoyed it because, you know, space and a boy and a girl from... Excuse you? Stand up, hon. I need to get all weak over you. The Ring and the Crown by Melissa de la Cruz. Now I know if you're the one person that's maybe watching this, aka my friend Shane. Hi Shane. I know you might be wondering why this is on my reject shelf, because it's apparently good. It's on my reject shelf because I have tried to read this twice and I have DNF'd it both times. I don't know, it sounds sort of interesting, like a girl who's like a queen or gonna be a queen, and then one who's not. I feel like it would have interested me back in the day. Clearly it did, because it interested me enough to pick it up, but I don't know, I'm over it. And the last book that I am willing to sacrifice to this project is like The Last Dragon Slayer by Jasper Fforde. This baby, again, is a Dollarama purchase. And I honestly have zero idea what it's about. I think it's about The Last Dragon Slayer though. Never read it, don't plan to. Add it to the pile. So now that I have a hefty list of books that I am willing to ruin, I'm gonna go through them and really consider which one I think would work the best for this project. And I realize I haven't even explained the project yet. I will in a minute. Just bear with me. I'm gonna go through these. Catch you in a minute. Alright, after much deliberation, by which I mean 45 seconds, I have decided that the book, the chosen one, the book that I will be turning into my project is Bewitched by Alex Flynn. No, it's Bewitching. I can't do anything. But there's a couple of reasons why I chose this. A, because I'm so sick and tired of seeing it on my shelf and I just want it to be done and over with. And B, is because, like I said, it was one of the first YA books that I purchased, like, myself, that I actually went into a bookstore and thought, hey, that looks cool and I want to read it, I'm gonna get it. So I feel like it's only appropriate that, since this is what led me into YA, it's finally time that I retire it and give it to my careers teacher. Okay, I'm gonna explain this project to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm planning on, like, gluing a bunch of these pages together so that only a few, like, you can only turn to certain places. And then I'm gonna Max Vandenberg from the Book Thief style paint out the pages, and on the newly painted pages I'm going to handwrite my resume. Now, this seems like a horrible idea, which I know it is. Shane, my friend, who is the only person watching this probably, she did this for a English project, and she told me a couple things, a couple tips. She said, A, you're gonna hate yourself, which I already know. I always end up hating myself when I start doing a project because I try way too hard and go over and beyond for no reason. 2, she said that I'm gonna need a lot of paint and Mod Podge, which is like a glue thing to like glue the pages together. I don't know. So I'm gonna go to Dollarama, where many of these books were purchased actually, and I'm gonna see if I can get some white acrylic paint and some Mod Podge if they have Mod Podge. If not, we'll figure it out. It's Monday right now. I have to hand this in next Monday, I think. So I have 7 days to get this done. I also have like 40 other things that I need to do, but instead of doing those, why don't I paint a book? Yeah. Let's do this thing. I need to go to Dollarama. Hello, it's Tuesday. Went to the dollar store yesterday, as you saw, and I got 2 white paint, 2 black paints, and 2 all-purpose glue sticks. I couldn't find Mod Podge, so I just ended up getting these, which means that I'm going to have to glue every single individual page down to the next one, which already makes me want to quit. I don't even know if that'll work. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope, because I really need it to work. The first thing that I need to do with this is probably to glue, because I don't want to paint more pages than I need to, because that's more work. So I need to know exactly how many sections I want, aka how many sections there are on my resume. 6 sections for now, which means, and I feel like I can take liberties with this, like it doesn't all have to be equal sections. I could do like a bigger chunk, or like, and then a small chunk, and maybe like 2 things could be next to each other. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Also, I'm gonna have to paint up here in my room, but my floors are carpeted, which means that I need tons of newspaper so that I don't spill anything, which that in and of itself is gonna be even more work to lay down all the newspaper. Is this really worth it? Should I just not do it? No, I'm gonna do it. I already committed to it. It's happening. Okay, I'll see you in the painting / gluing zone, aka over there. Okay, so I'm gonna start gluing these pages together. First I gotta open this, and everyone already knows how impossible that is. Okay, and I have officially finished gluing up all of the pages in the book. I do want to keep it probably overnight again, just because I don't know how well some of the pages in the middle are sticking. So I'm going to keep this overnight before I do anything else to it. Now I don't know when I'm going to be able to paint, because I still have a lot of other stuff to do, and painting is probably going to take a long time. So I'm thinking that I might just have to do it on the weekend. I also have like tests and stuff that I need to study for. Other than that, this is done. I need to do some stuff. I'll see you when I see you. Hi, c'est samedi, and I have changed my mind. So I've decided that instead of painting over the pages of the book, I'm just going to write out my resume on separate pieces of paper and then glue them in, because painting is going to take too long and it's going to be too messy. So I decided, why not make me not hate myself for once and just do something easily. That being said, I might still have to paint this, or like create a whole new one. I might just create a whole new one because I don't really want to paint. So I bought 4 bottles of paint for nothing now. I have paper, I have my proper resume. I'm basically just going to copy it down. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, it is Sunday, and I am finally finished. This might be the ugliest thing that I've ever made, period, like in my life. This is the final product. Did it turn out the way that I wanted it to, that I had envisioned at the beginning of this week? No. But I'm honestly at a point where I just don't care anymore, and I just want to hand something in. So I think this will do. Yeah, that was an experience that I will probably never do again, because oh my god, that was so painful. If you're the one person watching this, thanks. I don't know what else to say. That's it. This has been a video. Bye, I guess.